I'm actually in the habit of trying to find hard assets, and I really, no matter how many efforts, no matter how many times or effort I put into finding that magical hard asset, it could be the top-notch equities, right, or stocks, but in reality, they're all run by humans, all run by company CEOs, and they really confront themselves with too many counterparty risk or any type of risk, whether it's taxation risk, property risk, liquidation risk, solvency risks, capital risk. There's a whole bunch of reasons why you should really look into a much stronger option. I really can't find any more stronger option than Bitcoin. So it is that leading digital asset class that we have never seen in our lifetime. And really, for people out there looking for that magical hard asset, and this is it. This is that magical asset class. It is one of its kind. It's the one that is truly scarce, which incidentally is one of the key attributes of the soundness of money. If you go back in time, in human history, and for thousands of years, humans have always dwelled on trying to find that asset that they can treat it as a store of value, one that is truly scarce and finite in supply. So it used to be gold, and before that it used to be some beads and yap stones, and then we had gold, and now we're in the current fiat system, which is the least hard asset because governments keep on printing money. They're keeping overinflating supply of new money or fake money into the local economy, and as a result it devalues heavily our existing assets, our savings, and even our currencies, right? It actually debases our currencies, whether it's a US dollar, euro, or any other third world nation currency. This is the challenge. So what is the solution? As Michael explained, it is Bitcoin. It is a digital scarce asset. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. We're currently just over 20 million. So we have 1 million left to be mined by the Bitcoin miners over the course of the next 100 years. So really, this is the only conclusion that we have. I'm not saying that you ought to put in all of your entire portfolio into Bitcoin. Even if it's just a proportion amount of your portfolio should certainly go into Bitcoin. And the key thing is you need to hold it into long term, because with any asset, it encounters ups and downs, there's volatility along the way, which in fairness is a requirement, particularly for the asset classes that are maturing itself into the mainstream, which is the case with Bitcoin. We have a lot of institutional adoption. We have a lot of retailers out there who've bought into Bitcoin and holding it to the long term in order to create that intergenerational wealth goal that they have. And also the rise of the sovereigns. I've made a few podcasts explaining the catalyst that we're going to see in 2025 when, as soon as Trump occupies office, Oval Office next January 20th, I'd expect at that moment for the battle and the heat to really come alive amongst all of the countries around the world when they're starting to, including Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset in the national treasury, and start accumulating and mine, in fact, Bitcoins into that strategic reserve. So really, in summary, there's no better explanation that you've seen from Michael in this clip earlier on. And I hope you've quickly realized that even for those investors out there who are still kind of new into the asset, it's giving you that extra insight and knowledge. You should certainly do your own research. You should certainly, it's advisable that you read the Bitcoin Standard book, which is from Saifedean Amos. He's one of the infamous economist scholars out there. He's actually a follower of the Austrian School of Economics. He's the author of the book. You should also read up on the Bitcoin white paper, which is available on the website, and just familiarize yourself with various podcasts, and you can quickly reach to a conclusion quite swiftly and quite rapidly that indeed Bitcoin is the answer, and you should certainly include part of your wealth, part of your portfolio allocation into Bitcoin. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video to your friends and family and colleagues at work. And please subscribe to my channel, as I regularly post some interesting podcasts and videos such as these, anything to do with Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and indeed the future of finance. So until next time.